Brodes Media.
A lot calmer this morning because last night I got to witness a victory. A 6-2 victory. They set themselves up to have a shot, which is important because if they could snag 2 out of 3 in Dodger Stadium, it would be a damn miracle, especially with Tyler Phillips on the bump in the rubber match. Now, we'll get more into Game 3 as we get along here. Where I want to start, though, is I am looking for optimism right now. That's fair, right? They have been so bad that I am going to try my very best, due to desperation, to look for reasons why they can get out of this bad rut. So, I have 3 potential sequences that happen in this win that maybe could snowball into positivity. I even have an honorable mention as well. So I'll start, and it's in no particular order. It's just 3 in general. I'll start with my number 1 here. My number 1 is they got timely hits when needed. Kyle Schwarber, 2-out knock. Thank you. Please. That's me. That's me at the time of the game. Please. 2 outs. I need you, dude. You're one of our top dogs. Please. Please. And he did. And to the team's credit, the following inning, so did Nick Castellanos and then Mundo Sosa, of all people. So a 4-0 lead. Let's work out in front. Let's attack. Let's get a lead. And let's help out Christopher Sanchez and even the bullpen by getting a comfy couple-run lead. I guess there's really no such thing as a comfortable lead with the way that this team has pissed them away lately. So that's why those 2, 3, 4 runs after Kyle Schwarber got things started was so important to me. And the best part about it was you got walked. You got hit by a pitch. The other team making costly mistakes. Well, against the Dodgers, you have to make them pay. It should sting. It needs to hurt. If you let them wiggle on by when they are putting you on the base paths for free, they'll probably have an answer at some point. So good for the Phils to get timely hits by 2 pieces that are, big money players in Kyle and Nick. And then with Mundo Sosa getting thrown in there for Bryson Stott and batting 9th in your lineup, the bottom of your lineup contributed in timely situations. That's number 1 in my list of potential turnaround sequences. Number 2, Matt Strahm and Jeff Hoffman in the 7th and 8th inning battled adversity, and not only that, did a remarkable job of answering the adversity. Christopher Sanchez was in the 7th inning. He allowed the first 2 men on without any outs. Matt Strahm, with 2 men on, no outs, has a phenomenal outing, including getting Shohei Ohtani to pop up to right field to end the inning. And remember, this is the same guy that I was a little nervous about, considering when he saw Aaron Judge and Juan Soto against the Yankees, he was scared shitless. Not only did he attack Shohei Ohtani, but he did something out of the norm. And I like that. It means he had cubes. It means he had stones in a big spot to maybe go into his bag a bit. And what do I mean? Well, JT Realmuto and him went to a cutter. He hasn't thrown a cutter since spring training of last year. And the last time he did it, someone took it 400 feet foul. He wasn't phased. I got to do what I got to do to go after Ohtani. I might have to get uncomfortable to get a good result. And let's get to Jeff Hoffman. Let's not sugarcoat things. When Teoscar Hernandez took him deep, everybody thought, uh-oh. You know what he did after that? Electricity. That's what he did. He did electricity. Cruise control. Even gave us a scream and a yell and a fired up sort of a reaction to getting a big out. And number 3, they pulled away in the 9th. Edmundo Sosa, Kyle Schwarber, back-to-back bombs. Give them breathing room, fellas. Give Estevez as much to work with as you can. I loved that they were able to tack more on late. Let's not even worry about an uncomfortable 9th. Let's not even play any games. It's time to get this dub and move on to the rubber match. So I want to be very clear. Do I think that this is going to be the turnaround? Probably not. I've been fooled pretty recently before. They went on a 6-game losing streak after the last optimism ride happened. After they beat Seattle on Sunday to still lose the series, but at least see Bryce Harper have a couple of hits, including a home run, there was some positivity after that one. I wasn't buying into it heavily, but there was some optimism after that one. I need to see sustained success here. So the question I ask you is, because you saw them win in Game 2, do you trust them to finally take a series? I don't. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't. And even if they do win, I'm still looking for consistency and sustainability to the point where I can almost relate this to the Chicago White Sox. The Chicago White Sox finally won a game to snap their 21-game losing skid. They're not good. They were able to win a game. The Phillies are good, but just in regards to how they've been playing, it's been definitely down. If they win this rubber match and they take 2 out of 3, it could just be, in a bigger sense, just like the White Sox winning a game. Yeah, that's great in theory, but does it mean anything actually? They then have to follow it up with something against Arizona. Because if they fall against Arizona, well, then you lose in Seattle, win in LA, lose in Arizona, not good enough. Even if you split against Arizona, that would make it a 5-5 if you are to beat the Dodgers and take 2 out of 3, taking 1 in Seattle, and then splitting with Arizona. 5-5 is unacceptable in my eyes, although I can already hear some Phillies fans now that are listening to this going, that's not too bad. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Kyle Schwarber talked a lot about the current struggles with the team, but said he wishes the fans could see how hard they are still working behind closed doors. He praised the locker room culture as a big reason why they still feel so confident in what they can do. That's courtesy of Luke. I'm unfamiliar on how to pronounce the last name. He works for Fox Sports Gambler. Arcania, maybe? But he threw that out there after listening to Kyle Schwarber speak post-game. And I'll say this, I'm not doubting that they're trying hard. I never doubted their work ethic or their want to or anything like that. My point with this Kyle Schwarber take and why I don't put too much stock into it is I know the culture in the locker room's great. It's been great even before London and after London. It's been great since the deadline. Locker room culture has never been a problem. They've been losing. That hasn't really impacted anything. The locker room culture is great. They've still been losing with the locker room culture being great. So they can continue to lose with locker room culture being great. And they've been putting work in forever. They've been losing, putting work in. You can put in a ton of work and still lose, you know. It is still very capable of putting in work and not getting the results. Now, I get it. They're not mailing it in and going, all right. Although their words seem to trend in that direction. We're too good to play this bad forever. We're too talented for this to continue. sometimes that feels as if you're just going to roll the ball out and expect different results because, well, look at what we can do with the back of the baseball card, even though it really hasn't transpired that way. But Kyle is saying, yo, fans, we are doing a lot behind the scenes to try and get us out of this funk. And okay, I guess there's something to that. But whatever you're trying hasn't really worked. Maybe I'm being too harsh. I don't know.